So, feminism to me is a very complicated subject.
I tend to define feminism in terms of the theories it kind of applies to.
I think the definition of a feminist is very simple.
It is not a temporary movement.
I think we need equal rights, and I think that's the main thing.
Since the college's founding, Mount Holyoke women have actively participated in the feminist movement. From the suffragettes in the early 1900s to the riot girl movement in the 90s, we have always stepped up to the plate and made our voices heard. In the 90s, students like Margaret Rooks created pamphlets called zines that illustrated their ideas with graphic, powerful images and words. Nowadays, the production of zines has become almost obsolete, and students' participation in the feminist movement has become less defined, but no less passionate.
Hi, I'm Liv. I'm a co-chair of the F Word, which is Mount Holyoke's feminist collective.
And I'm Claire. I'm also co-chair of F Word. And it's commonly misunderstood that feminism is a movement of mostly white middle-class women trying to
middle upper class
women trying to help themselves, when it's really a lot bigger than that.
I think, in fact, most people ought to identify as feminists because it simply means that you think women and men, and frankly all individuals, regardless of their gender identification, ought to be treated equally.
We've come so far from the right to vote in the 1920s to now, where we can't even control our bodies still in certain ways.
It's just ridiculous if you think about it, because it's 2012 and we're still debating some of the things that should have been fixed.
A lot of people think we don't need feminism now because we've gained some legal ground, but sexism is so ingrained in our culture and our society, and I think that makes it really hard to bring out and to talk about.
I think feminism is still necessary because we still have these subtle and implicit assumptions about what gender ought to be.
We need feminism because there are still such problems that require a coherent, cohesive, moving body of feminists to fix them.
Anyone who doesn't identify as a cisgender male, white male, upper class, is oppressed, and I think that feminism is sort of trying to level the playing field.
This gender is equal and not lesser, and it is a mentality that we need to continue to educate younger generations and even older generations constantly.
I didn't get enough exposure to feminism growing up. I didn't have a strong female figure in my life until I got here. Coming here has made me more open to the kinds of feminism there can be and less misguided about what feminism is at its core.
Even going to an all-women's college, we end up
we have to convince everyone that they should be a feminist.
There are still so many people here who don't identify as feminists.
Yeah, and it's for different reasons. You know, some people it's like the stereotype of the raging lesbian, angry feminist, and for some people it's just
race.
It conflicts with their identity in some way, whether it's gender or race or whatever, and so it's an uphill battle, man.
It's frustrating, but we're going.
Right on.
Despite the progress made in the last century, we need feminism just as much as we did in the 1920s. So step up, Mount Holyoke girls. Let's make history.